The first piece of news I'd like to cover today is the fact that Anycolor, the parent company that owns Niji Sanji, has successfully sued somebody for defamation. Specifically their talent, Gundo Mirai, which I am probably mispronouncing. The reason I bring this up is because this sets a pretty big precedent for VTuber companies to sue fans for spouting misinformation and defamatory remarks on the internet and doing it successfully. We already knew that they were actively suing people over the remarks they make on the internet, but now we know that these lawsuits are successful. If there was a settlement reached, that means that this adult woman who was spreading these remarks had to pay a fine to Niji Sanji / Anycolor. This is the first of many. And even though any and all reason to reduce the amount of absolutely horrific remarks that VTubers receive on the internet, hopefully this sort of action will be only reserved for the absolute worst of the worst, but some people are nervous about this snowballing into nobody being able to say anything negative on the internet. I don't think it'll get that far, but you never know. The next thing I wanted to cover is the fact that Dream SMP is a genre of content available on Spotify. In fact, it is the 24th most popular genre, and there are so many people against this genre appearing on Spotify that it became trending on Twitter. People are begging Spotify to remove the DSMP genre because so many people hate Dream. And I just find that so funny. I understand that a lot of people do not like Dream or his content, but I do find it funny that people are trying to get his content banned off a platform just because they personally don't like him. Tell me what you think in the comments down below. The next thing I wanted to cover is about how Twitch has apparently not been paying one of their streamers and removed him from the ads incentive program for alleged fraud. Apparently this streamer, Ryan Chap, has no idea why he was reported for fraud, and despite reaching out to Twitch, they haven't given him any clear reason for this treatment. And since his content has been marked as fraudulent, they haven't paid him. Despite earning money fair and square by streaming on Twitch, they are 3 months late on paying him, and it doesn't look like they're about to anytime soon. Imagine being put in this situation by Twitch and not even knowing what they're accusing him of. Twitch has been shitting the bed constantly these past few months, and this is just one more reason to move to YouTube. I just want to let you know that you can go to w.gg and get some energy drink mix, and you can use code Beelzebub for 10% off your order. Now, just as Twitch has demonetized someone for fraud, now there's another Twitch content creator who's getting banned. This time not from Twitch though, but they're actually getting banned from PayPal. And this is all due to allegations that they are selling sexual services. So let's talk about the content creator Hambino. So today, November 16th, the streamer revealed that PayPal had suspended his account for violating the service's acceptable use policy for selling sexually oriented materials or services. The result was a permanent ban that had serious implications for the streamer's livelihood, and even after getting into contact with the company, nothing changed. A few hours after revealing that PayPal had banned him, Hambino explained that he had a long phone call with the site, but it ended up amounting to nothing and proved fruitless. After an hour-long phone call, support wouldn't tell him the exact instance he was banned for, but just told him that it had been manually reviewed, and that his socials came to this conclusion. He had to argue for 40 minutes just to get them to reopen the case, and he feels relatively defeated. So obviously this sucks a lot for Hambino. Hopefully they can get a new payment processing system in place that's not going to randomly ban them. And can I just say, this is particularly annoying because PayPal shouldn't be able to regulate the type of content that you put on the internet. I don't give a shit if he was selling sexual services. He can have an OnlyFans for all I care. I don't give a shit. That's not PayPal's fucking decision to make. Now, even though pretty much everyone and everything uses PayPal, there are still alternatives. There's Ko-fi, there's Stripe, there's Square. There are alternatives. It's just massively inconvenient because PayPal is so ubiquitous. I feel terrible for Hambino. Apparently we exist in a timeline where a bunny boy in a hoodie counts as sexual services. The next thing I wanted to cover is, like with any VTuber, a shocking number of people hate Amelia Watson. But I want to talk about a specific trend that I've seen over these past few weeks that I really want to comment on. This narrative that I have seen on 4chan, I've seen it on Warsaw, I've seen it on Reddit, and that's the idea that Amelia Watson doesn't get a lot of super chats, and a lot of people are saying it's because she's rude to her fans, entitled, or things of that nature. Now, obviously, I think this is nonsense, but I really want to dive into this because I find it particularly annoying. I really hate it when people obsess over numbers and super chats and revenue as if that somehow impacts the value of the streamer's content. You can either like a streamer or you don't, but bashing them for numbers is so weird and petty. So, because this caught my attention and I saw it in multiple places all over the internet, I really wanted to dive into what the hell people are even talking about. So as far as Ame being rude to her fans, there's a couple of examples that I can think of that people might be talking about. Of the examples of her getting critical with her fans are the time where this actually made news headlines in Dexterdo, which is weird that they would cover just like a random spout of frustration from a Hololive VTuber, but people were making fun of her Apex Legends skills and she called them out on it. Now, allegedly, this resulted in the word copium being an auto-ban because people were shouting it at her when she was talking about her skills. Now, it's pretty obvious that she was just fucking around, but apparently some people were genuinely offended by it. But this isn't the only time that she's been mad at her fans.
As a teammate, I feel disappointed that you dropped Witcher 3, especially when it was because of a few rotten eggs and not the majority. Should we expect there to be no big open games from now on because the risk of a few loud backseaters is too high? First of all, you watch your goddamn tone when you're talking to me.
Again, nothing really too severe, but there's a lot of comments that Ame makes like this where she's critical of her fans. I think she's just fucking around. I don't think she's being serious at all, but apparently there are enough people who are genuinely upset that she's talking down to her fans and feel like she's acting entitled. And the next part of this is that people don't super chat Amelia Watson, and that's somehow a failing of hers as a creator, but that couldn't be farther from the truth. She's not getting super chats because she's falling off or becoming irrelevant. She turns off her super chats.
Why you been so restricted with super chat ever since the donation stream? I just forget, and sometimes I just wanna stream without having to worry about, because I want to thank you guys for the support that you give me when you do super chat. So, sometimes I just want to play a game, and I don't feel the need for you guys to pay me to play a game. I just like doing it. Even if I wasn't making any money, I'd still be doing this because I like it.
So there you have it. So yeah, it's not that she is not getting any super chats because she yelled at her fans a couple of times. She's not getting super chats because she just turned them off. And this has been known for over a year, but I'm still seeing comments like this. Irrelevant, fell off, nobody super chats. It's total nonsense. Don't value a streamer based on the number of super chats they get because that's stupid. And also the reason she's not getting super chats is her own fucking choice, not because her fans don't care. She's got great fans. She's a great content creator. This criticism is total nonsense. And that's everything I wanted to talk about today. Let me know in the comments down below what you thought. Bye, guys.